Now, after the success of the books about Botswana's first female detective, a TV movie has been made about her. That's going to be shown this weekend. In a moment, we talk to real-life private detective Gina Negus. But first, I'm so looking forward to this. Let's take a look at the #1 ladies detective agency.
Where's the detective?
That is me, sister. I am the detective.
And you claim you are the #1 lady detective?
It is true.
On whose say-so?
There are no other lady detectives in Botswana. Therefore, I am definitely #1.
What is your success rate?
We have absolutely no dissatisfied clients.
So if, for instance, a woman came to you suspicious of her husband, you could guarantee to find out whether he is or is not unfaithful?
Most men are unfaithful. You don't need a detective to tell you that.
That's very good. If you've enjoyed the books, as I have, I love the books by Alexander McCall-Smith, you will absolutely love that. I can't wait. It's going to be one of the highlights. Gina Negus joins me now. Gina, you're a kind of real-life Madame Ramotswe, I guess, in a way, for Britain.
Yes,
and you like the books too, huh?
I thought they were absolutely delightful, I have to say. The whole character of Precious, I refer to as Precious, is just so delightful. I liken her to the lady off Lion King.
Yes.
And I thought she was a marvellous character in the books.
The only sad part about it is, of course, Anthony Minghella died yesterday, very, very suddenly died yesterday, and this is his last work. Very sadly missed, absolutely brilliant filmmaker, English Patient, Truly Madly Deeply, and all of those. But what a brilliant legacy he's left.
Absolutely,
you know? Absolutely.
And what a tribute to him, and I feel honoured being here on this very sad day. What a loss.
Yeah,
what a loss.
Very, very much so. So the whole thing will be focusing on, obviously, what happens in Botswana. But people are people. That's what's so good about the books. They're like morality tales. People are people everywhere. So the kind of problems that they would be looking at in Botswana, you're looking at here.
Absolutely. And I think the interesting thing is that what I've seen in Precious is that she takes all of those situations and deals with them in a very common sense way.
Yes, yes.
And I know people will often say there's a lot of mystique around it, but actually this is about real life, real problems, and being dealt with in a proper way. And for me, one of the things that I really get a great deal of satisfaction from is enabling people to have solutions to some of the problems that they encounter.
That's exactly what your job is all about, isn't it?
And helping them to move on.
Yeah, for sure.
Facing facts and moving on.
Because you were in the police, and now you've set up your own business.
Yes.
Massive business you've got now. I mean, how many people have you got working for you?
We've got about 100 people all over the UK. A lot of former colleagues that who've got a whole range of different specialisms that we're using. So it sounds massive, but we've not been running for more than a year. Wonderful. So it's still very early days of the business.
No, absolutely. Do you find that a lot of the whole sort of private detective work would be to do with adultery, to do with relationships? You get quite a lot of that.
We get a lot of that. In actual fact, the business was set up for a completely different reason, in that I'd been doing quite a lot of management training, especially in the charitable sector, and heard all sorts of terrible tales about employer-employee issues that weren't being resolved properly, and employment tribunals, and the problems that causes to productivity in organisations. And one of the things that I've felt as I've been doing this over the years is that what some of these organisations really need is a spy in the workplace, somebody that will stand up and be counted, because so often this is down to someone not being prepared to make a complaint. So one of the reasons we set up the business was to be able to put someone in that understood HR, understood evidence, and could actually document this so that an issue could be resolved properly and appropriately by line management.
And all about common sense, of course.
And I think the fact that it was female is an aside, but what it has meant is it's attracted lots of matrimonial type issues, because traditionally the private investigation world has been predominantly male.
No, that's true, and I would imagine that women would feel inevitably much more comfortable coming to an organisation that's predominantly women, because it's mostly women you employ, because I guess they would think in a way that you'd be more understanding, I suppose.
Yes, but that's not to say that the men that are working with us aren't understanding as well, but I think it's women's perception that often they would prefer to talk to another woman, and they're more receptive to showing what they truly feel. And one of the things that we have to do is identify what we can do in order to be able to get the evidence that they need, and they need to be fairly open with us about that, so that we can do our job properly.
We always think it's very glamorous and all of that, and I suppose there's a certain area that it is, but basically it's hard work. Hard work and common sense.
It is.
The combination of the two.
It's like most jobs, really, isn't it? Hard work and common sense. And I think as well it's about sensitivity. It's also about being a little bit creative, you know, thinking about what options have we got for dealing with this one, how could we go about it. But yes, it is hard work. It is not glamorous. It's not glamorous getting up early in the morning, and as you probably well know. But on the other hand, it's very worthwhile.
No, absolutely.
But, you know, you have to be quite clear. We're talking about evidence, stuff that will stand up in court. And you can't mess around.
No,
it's not glamorous. It's not airy-fairy.
No, for sure.
It's serious.
Great to see you. Good luck to you, Gina. Lovely to see you. Thank you very, very much indeed. And that's it from me. We shall see you tomorrow. Have a lovely day. Bye-bye.